Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for all being here today. I'm aware that you have so tight schedule for your presentation or classes. Let me introduce myself. My name is Hideki Ozaki. I'm an accountant from UI Tokyo. Today's topic is hot springs in Japan. My presentation is divided into 3 parts. First, I'll start off by showing you the overview of the hot springs and then talk about attraction. And the next part, I'll show you some manners to observe when you go to hot springs in Japan. And then I'll end with conclusion. Let's move on to the first part of my presentation. In this part, I'll show you overview and attraction. Have you ever wondered how many hot springs areas in Japan? How many? Have you ever wondered? It's more than 3,000. So many. So they are really familiar to Japanese. And how about tourists per year? Per year. Yeah, 120 million tourists lodge the hot spring hotels in Japan every year. The number is the same as the population of Japan. So you will realize how popular hot springs in Japan are. And then I'll show you 3 great attractions. 1, 2, 3. The first one is good for your health. Hot springs is not a pure water, but contains some chemicals. And we observe these chemicals through our skin, and it affects us positively. And chemicals are different from hot springs, and the effect depends on its chemicals. But generally, it mitigates muscle pain or sensitivity to cold or stiff shoulders. And then let's move on to the next attraction, structure and location. For many Japanese have only small bathtubs like this in their houses. Like this. So we feel very comfortable when we go to the spacious hot springs like this. And some are made of hinoki, Japanese cypress. It is simple but very traditional. And like this. And some are outside. So we can feel sense of space and sense of unity with nature. And some are beside the stream. We can enjoy the sound of stream and the wildflowers. In autumn, yellow and red leaves shine under the sun. In winter, it is particularly wonderful to take a bath when it snows in silence. And then move on to the next part, atmosphere. There are some kinds of hot spring hotels in Japan, but I recommend Japanese-style hot spring hotels like this. Not this one. I recommend this. I'll show you some examples. There is a pavement towards the entrance. And this is inside. And the landlord greets our arrival with warm hospitality. And can you see the step? And here we take off our shoes. And this is the corridor. From here to the other side. And the right side, there is a doors to the Japanese rooms. And one employee leads us there. This is inside. Floor is tatami, and we can see Japanese garden through the window. And when we go out of the room and walk along the corridor, and we reach the gate to the bath. This is for female. And this is the place where we take off our clothes. And can you see the basket left side? And here we can put our clothes in it. And open the door right side, and there is a bath. And we see the inside of the hotels, but we can also enjoy the exterior. After taking a bath, we wear yukata, Japanese informal cotton kimono, and we go out to the hotel to stroll about the town. And yukata is prepared by the hotel, and we can rent for free. Hotels, restaurants, and the souvenir shops, and the cheap game parlors formulate the unique townscape and atmosphere of the district. Like this, and like this, like this, and like this. And the atmospheres are totally different from the business district in Tokyo. So we can feel traditional tastes here. And then let's move on to the next part. In this part, I will show you 3 things to remember when you go to hot springs. Before you go into the bath, pour hot water on yourself. Can you see the ikemen, good-looking guy, and 2 gentlemen? Ikemen and 2 gentlemen. And who do you think has good manners? Ikemen or 2 gentlemen?
Good looking.
Okay. Okay.
Ikemen is better.
Regardless of the
Yeah.
manner.
Regardless of
Okay.
bad boy is better.
Keep your towels outside of the hot water, even if it is washed and clean, because other people does not know whether it is clean or not. So they feel unpleasant to see your towels in the hot water. So he came in, put his towels in the hot water. So the gentleman is our good example.
I will get the towel.
Okay. Okay.
Fix it.
I will get it.
Then next, this is a dressing room, and in some places the floor is made of wood like this. So if it is wet, it is unpleasant to walk and still more slippery. So I suggest you to bring your towels into the bath, and when you go out of the bath, dry your body with a towel. But keep in mind, not put your towels in the hot water. Keep the water clean. And then the last one. Can you see basins and bath-chairs are prepared inside? It is inside of the hot spring. And there are some equipments, and you are freely allowed to use them when you wash your bodies. But after using this, remember, return everything in its place. And there remains soap foam in the washing space. Wash them away neatly. And for my conclusion, there are many attractive structures and locations of hot springs in Japan, and you can enjoy its atmosphere. But I know some people outside Japan feel awkward to be naked in front of others. I know. But, But people in hot springs that do not mind about other people's bodies.
Bring mask.
And Japanese people really like hot spring, so they think you are a real friend when you go to the hot spring with them. Enjoy your stay in hot springs in Japan. Thank you.
Students, any questions?